Hello. Hi. Um, Welcome to Coffee Talk with Raven. I am your host, Raven, on the Wckd Raven Gaming channel. I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about what's been going on. So, last Tuesday, I had to take one of my chinchillas to the vet, my baby Ruby. And it was because she was making sounds like she was struggling to breathe. And if you all don't know Ruby, I've had Ruby for 5, almost 6 years. And her name is Miss Ruby Marie. She is wonderful. Very sassy. She's blind in both eyes. One of her eyes, the iris of her eye is like below the bottom eyelid, so she's not blind in that eye, but she definitely can't see. But she is blind in her left eye. So I was taking her to the vet on Tuesday, and of course, having her for a long time, I was really panicked because we hadn't really had an emergency with any of them. And she apparently was sorry. So she was struggling to breathe, and I explained that to the vet, and the vet said, okay, let's take some x-rays and we'll figure out what's going on. So we took some x-rays, and it turns out that Ruby has either a lymph node or an infection where her neck is, which in turn is squeezing her trachea into her spine. And if it is a lymph node and it continues to grow, they can't do anything about it. Even if they could do surgery, they wouldn't really want to risk it with her being so tiny. And we're hoping it's an infection. She's doing better. We're treating this like it's an infection. But she seems to be I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. She seems to be okay for now. We were at the vet for almost 6 hours, and I actually had to call out of work in case anything were to happen. But she has been moving around more. She was very active when she got back from the vet, but she wasn't as active as she usually is. She was a little bit more lethargic in her movements, and she wasn't really wanting to move anywhere. She wasn't wanting to eat. She's gotten better. She has started eating more, which hopefully that means the antibiotics are working, but she is still making the sound that she was making when I initially took her to the vet. We're supposed to be taking her back within the next week or so. Just to see how things are going. but that was kind of what I had to deal with last week. I was, and still am, very distressed about it. I mean, anybody who's owned pets knows how difficult it is for them to get really sick and not be able to do much about it. Or, you know, when something is, you know, when their sickness or illness is so bad that you can't do anything about it but release them back into the world, to put it in a sugar-coated way. You know, it's been really stressful. I didn't go to work for, I mean, I had one of those days off, but the day that I took her to the vet, I didn't go to work just because I was so worried that something was going to happen. And we're really hoping that everything stays good with her and that she continues to, you know, make herself better. She has been eating more food and hay little by little, not very much, but a little bit at a time. And she's still able to drink water, which is a good sign. And it's going to be difficult, you know, either way it goes, because I'm just so worried about her, and rightfully so. But that's just been something that I've been dealing with. Sorry, I really can't get my thoughts together this morning. This past week has just taken so much out of me. I haven't been able to sleep. Like, I think Friday night I actually got a full night's sleep out of the, like, I think maybe 3 weeks of, like, the last 3 weeks. Because it's just been a really crazy week. There was a lot of other stuff going on that I can't really talk about. You know, I heard some news about some other personal things that were going on that weren't really fun to hear. But my biggest concern has been Ruby, because Ruby has been there for me throughout, and, you know, anybody who doesn't, you know, own pets or doesn't understand it, I won't really get this, but Ruby's been there through the most difficult part of my life. And, you know, it's just been, it's been an emotional ride, because, you know, you don't want to lose your babies. You don't want to lose your furry babies ever. And you know, at some point in life, it's always going to come to, it's probably going to happen at one point or another, and you're just never ready for that. Like, you're never going to be ready for that. Oh, jeez. I'm just sorry. The most I can say right now is that she's doing well, and she is recovering, which is the most important part, at least what it seems like to me. She is still recovering. Now, she's still making the noises that she made when she went to the vet initially, but, you know, because the vet told us, she's like, this could be an infection or a lymph node. If the antibiotics don't do anything, that means it's a lymph node, and we can't do anything about that. So we're trying, you know, Shawn and I are holding, because Shawn's fallen in love with her too. I mean, Shawn loves all of the pets, you know, considering that, well, both chinchillas are mine, and I say that because one of the chinchillas wasn't mine to begin with. It was actually my best friend Mara's, and he's a little stinker. I think he's actually about 4 now. And my best friend Mara gave him to me to take care of because she already had so much going on with her other pets at home. She felt like she couldn't give him enough time and love, so but yeah, it's been, the last week has kind of been an emotional struggle. My anxiety was over the top with all the stuff that was going on in my life, you know. At the beginning of the week, I was having a lot of thoughts about my best friend who passed, Ashley, and just trying to overcome that, and then, you know, being so worried about Ruby that, like, nothing else really seemed to matter, because all I wanted to do, and I still want to do this, is just make sure that she's loved and that she's comfortable no matter what happens. You know, when it's their time, it's their time. But in terms of pets, I mean with people too, but really anything in life, but it's more geared towards Ruby. It's like, you know, she is older, but we're still holding, Shawn and I are still holding on to, you know, it might just be an infection, and we'll just continue giving her her meds, and we'll see how it goes at the next vet visit, because that is the best that we can do. And that's, you know, just make sure she's loved and cared for, and, you know, it's really a struggle. And it is absolutely a struggle to let go. And I've had a cat and a dog personally, and, you know, I had a lot of family pets as well, like, you know, before I had Ruby. And, you know, having a pet, you know, it's never easy, but there's nothing else that is worth it in life. Like, if you love animals as much as I do, like, having a pet to come, like, home to and talk to and hang out with is, like, one of the most stress relieving and, you know, best things for you to do. And when your pet is no longer there, you don't have that certain, you know, release. It's just because they're gone. So it's not, and I'm sorry for being so blunt about this, but I can't put it any other way. Like, I'm really bad at sugarcoating things. I'm not a sugarcoater, which, you know, as a person from the northern Midwest and mostly Northeast, is true to form. I do not have the southern nature that I grew up with as a teenager that a lot of my other friends do. So anyway, I've already been talking too long about Ruby. Right now she's doing well. She is okay. She is hopefully upstairs sleeping because I just gave her her medicine and she hated it. But until we know more, Ruby is here and she's with us, and I'm going to love her for the rest of my life, just like my other pets, Whiskers and Bijou. So, and you know, I don't really want to broadcast it, but you know, the other thing that happened last week was that my other best friend fell and fractured her spine. I think it was, I don't remember, but she fractured part of her spine. And that was literally 4 days after I heard about Ruby. And she texted me and she was like, well, I know you've been stressed out about Ruby and this is no big deal, but I have news, you know, let me know if you want to know. And I'm like, okay, well, you can't just hold that over my head and not tell me. Actually, so my best friend Mara, she told me that she had fractured part of her spine. It's not anything, like it's not life-threatening, and she's not going to be submitted to paralysis or anything because of it, but it is still a very serious injury. And I just, like, Mara's another one of those constants in my life from when I was a kid. She was my first friend when I moved to Virginia, and she and I have known each other for 16, coming up on 17 years. And, you know, I just became overwhelmed because I'm like, my chinchilla is sick. I've already lost one best friend. I can't really afford to lose another. Why is this happening to me? Cosmos, what are you doing? And she is fine. It is not as serious of a spinal injury as most. But that doesn't mean that I do not, you know, I try really hard to be practical and logical when it comes to these things. But in that case, I hadn't gotten any sleep. I had gotten no sleep from what happened with Ruby, and trying to keep her okay and, you know, spend time with her in case anything would happen at home. And I did not, like, I love my job. My new job is fantastic and amazing, and the people I work with are so wonderful and understanding. Like, I called them about Ruby and I was like, look, I'm really sorry. My chinchilla's in the hospital. I don't know if she's gonna make it or not. Can I find somebody to switch shifts with me? And they're like, oh my God, absolutely, of course. Just give us, like, here's some people that you can call. I'm sure one of them will be able to make it. Like, I really hope everything's okay. Just let us know what's going on. And it was just so nice. It was so nice to have that kind of support while this whole thing is going on. And, you know, and then Mara happens, and you know, as Mara happens, I love you, Mara, but Mara is okay. She's in a lot of pain, and you know, her and I are both busybodies, so I'm like, okay, we're the kind of people that hate being sick and hate having to sit still for long periods of time. And long periods of time usually means about 2 hours. So we have to get up and do stuff. And you know, I try to encourage her, and I'm like, look, if you try and do stuff too much, you're going to make everything worse. It's going to get worse, and it's going to have a harder time healing. But she is doing fairly well for what happened. She's in a lot of pain, obviously. She has a fractured bone in her spine. It's not funny. I'm trying to retain a happy composure in a very worrisome situation. But I just wanted to catch you guys up on what's been going on, because I didn't do any more Doom this past week. I didn't play Dead by Daylight with my friends on Twitch like I usually do on Fridays. You know, Shawn and I were having issues the week before with some personal stuff going on, especially with me switching jobs. And then, you know, the case with Ruby going on, and then Mara texted me, and some other stresses that are just normal life stresses. It's been a lot. It was a lot to take in, and it was very overwhelming. But we are also trying to get the house ready, because we are having some new we're going to be getting some new roommates, as it were, little tiny fuzzy ones, and they are going to be adorable. Hoping that everything's working out with that. So that's why the behind me is like kind of a wreck, is because we've been trying to move a whole bunch of stuff over the weekends, on top of taking care of Ruby and making sure the other pets are okay. The other thing was that we found something, like we found a whole bunch of like little mosquitoes like in Nathair's water. Nathair's our snake, and well, Shawn's snake, but and this was right after, you know, I had gotten back from the vet with Ruby, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and Shawn has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting there freaking out because I'm like, there's crap in your snake's water. It better not be dust mites, and it better not be fleas, because I cannot handle this. And he was like, it's okay. I think they're just mosquito larvae. Let's just throw it out and clean Nathair's tank, and it'll be fine. So I went ahead and cleaned out Nathair's tank and let him play with Nathair, because he needed to go to sleep. And I was like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take anything anymore. Please make it stop. But we've been moving stuff around, trying to get the house ready for our new little furry roommates, which I can let you in on more once everything kind of becomes more official. This is kind of just what we're hoping for. But like, I wanted to release a video on Friday that I had, or Thursday, that I had done. No, Friday. Yeah, Friday. Because there was a new game that came out on Steam that I had been looking forward to, that I was really excited came out. It's a very weird game, but it is a horror game series, and it's actually got an interesting way of interacting in terms of video games. It is a pixelated game, I guess. But you'll see more about that once I post the video up, which I'll do after this live stream. But yeah, so my anxiety's been through the roof. I've been super stressed out with all the things going on. I wanted to go see Mara this weekend, but there was literally no time for me to be able to do that. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't anyway, because I ended up picking up a few shifts this weekend because I missed the shift. I gave away my shift to take Ruby to the vet, which wasn't a bad thing. But I do know that, you know, we kind of need the money right now, especially to help take care of Ruby in case she needs anything else. And once I know more about what's going on with Ruby, from what the vet says, I will let you guys know. I just wanted to give myself some time to reset myself emotionally and get some sleep, first of all. Like, I passed out Friday. On Friday, I slept for 12 hours into Saturday, and I was so happy. I got up and I felt refreshed and ready to go and full of energy. And of course, last night I didn't sleep a fucking wink, but whatever. It's just an endless cycle. It's a perpetual cycle of me not getting sleep. But once I know more about Ruby, I'll let you guys know. As far as I know, Mara is still doing well. Again, it's not life-threatening, but if she doesn't take care of herself, she will make it worse. And I know you're watching this, Mara. Don't push yourself, otherwise I'll come kick your butt. Also, I love you. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. And everybody at work has been super kind and supportive. Shawn has been amazing. My mom has been amazing. My little sister and my best friend have been wonderful, besides the fact that my best friend is a clumsy person. I love you, but you are a clumsy person. And everybody's been super supportive. And, you know, I've been talking things out with Mom and Shawn and trying to spend more time with Ruby when I can, besides giving her medication. She hates getting medication. But that's about all that's going on right now. And I kind of just wanted to update you guys. And I'm sorry for being repetitive. It's still... It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my second cup of coffee, and I'm still not quite functioning, so. But, hopefully I will be getting you guys some good stuff for the next week. I'm hoping to play some Doom, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. At some point this week, I'm going to be playing some more Doom on Twitch. And I'm really sorry about the microphone over blaring. I don't know how to fix that except to turn down the volume on my PS4. And even that doesn't really seem to work. I'm like a loud person as it is. Like, I talk... Thanks, Dan. I've been trying to figure out what's going on with the microphone, and honestly, I've been contemplating getting a new headset just for the sake of getting a different microphone that doesn't overblow itself whenever I do talk, because this is pretty much the normal volume that I talk at. And it's just too expensive right now, so I can't afford to get a headset at this moment. So I'm gonna try and do the best that I can with that. So I'm really sorry if, like, I laugh really loud or I start, like, yelling at the TV and the microphone gets overblown. It's something I'm gonna have to try and fix at some point. So and I am hoping to be able to actually put those live streams on YouTube as well. I don't know how, since I was playing on my PS4 and I was playing straight from my PS4 and I don't have an like a capture card or anything that I can hook up, which is why I don't have a face cam in that one. I only just talk everybody's ear off. But I'm hoping to be able to find some way to get it onto YouTube. So True. Okay. I'll have to check that out. See, because I used Shawn's headset for the past Doom stream, and it has a little foam mic cover, but I'll have to see what other options I can do. But thanks for that. I'll definitely... Actually, I'll go ahead and write that down. Yeah, so I'm hoping to be able to continue with that, with the Doom live stream, and I'm hoping to be able to, release some of the videos that I've done. Also, last week, I wanted to play Bendy Nightmare Run because I have it on my phone. It was released last week and it looks super awesome, and I was trying to figure out how to you know, live stream or record videos from my phone playing a mobile game that also has a face cam and a good mic in order to show you guys like the setup and the game and everything. And then I've got another game that I did that last Friday that I wanted to send out to you guys, which I'm going to release out to you today. I know it's a long video, but it's got some important information that I think you guys should get in terms of background for what the idea was behind it and the creator behind it. Like, I wanted to cut a whole bunch of stuff out from the credits and from the beginning, but in my opinion, it's really important for you guys to get, you know, the developers' take on it from the beginning. And I don't really like cutting out credits from a video game because they are, I mean, that's recognition to the people who took time out of their life to create this for everyone else to play. Like, a lot of video game creators developers don't do game development as a living. Like, especially indie developers, they have other things to do in their life. They have jobs and such. So I think it's really important to give them that recognition. You know, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, like a 30-minute video, that's not that long. Well, you know, I also have been trying to challenge myself to make shorter videos. Like, I've been trying to challenge myself to make 10 to 15-minute videos at the most. I don't like creating too long videos because then people, people can't take time out of their day to watch, like, a 2.5-hour video or even sometimes a half-an-hour video. And so I've been trying really hard to challenge myself to create shorter videos from at least 10 to 15, 20 minutes at the most. But I really enjoyed this game. This game was super creepy and it was awesome, and I'm really excited to see more. And I'm actually going to try and do something with that game again. If I decide to put it up on YouTube, I will. But I haven't quite decided that yet. And I also need to finish I'm Scared. And I know that you guys have kind of been waiting for that one too. So I will do the best that I can with what I've got right now. But I just wanted to let you guys in on everything that's going on and give you, oh, okay. Sorry. Give you guys an opportunity to, you know, see what's going on and know that, yes, I am doing things. I am hoping to create more. There's just been a slight bump in the road, and I will try and get back to you guys as soon as possible. I want to keep making videos. I want to keep playing these games. But if something happens, I will keep you guys up to date, and just please be patient. Like, I know it's an awful thing to be like, hey, can you guys just wait a little bit longer? Because I feel bad for saying that. But in any case, I would really appreciate it if you guys could just send out positive vibes and healing vibes, and that's all I ask for. And also maybe keep watching my videos. But in any case, thank you guys so much for joining me for this coffee talk with Raven, and I really appreciate you guys being here and listening to what I have to say. So I will see you all in the next Wckd video, which is hopefully coming up in a few minutes. So bye.